Oh, how cute. Look, you brought your briefcase. Oh my goodness, that's fantastic. You've got your whole sales kit today. These are some of the ways that buyers try to intimidate you and me as a salesperson. It's June 25th, 2017, 1:20 in the afternoon. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California. Perfect day to talk about sales. Perfect day to talk about how buyers try to intimidate you. And they try to intimidate me. And you know, at some point when you're doing sales, you're gonna come across this where a buyer is trying to throw you off of your game to get you to freak out and to get you to, for lack of better terms, just like try to give up before you get started, okay? So here's what you gotta know. At some point, you are gonna walk into a presentation and the buyer is just gonna start throwing stuff at you. Oh my goodness, you brought a presentation with you? Yeah, we don't need that today. Oh my goodness, look, you've got your bag, it's got all of your stuff in it. I hope you brought enough. And it's like, it's all meant to be like, oh, I'm just gonna dig under this sales guy's skin enough in hopes that he gives up and he can't stick on game. So you gotta know that this is meant to throw you off, it's meant to irritate you, it's meant to cause problems, it's meant for you to not be ready to sell. And this usually happens right from the very beginning of the sales call. If you're dealing with a buyer like this, they're gonna start throwing stuff at you from the second that you walk into the door. Now here's what you need to know. When they do this, they're scared. When they do this, they are hoping that you are going to give up. They are hoping that you're not going to give your presentation. They are hoping that you are not prepared. So here's the thing, here's what you're going to do. You're going to sit down right now and for whatever industry you're in, whatever you do, plan out what you're going to say. Because you got to know that this is like a level of flirting. Like if this was the dating world, that person's flirting with you. They're saying, how good is your game? How good are you going to be when I throw my garbage at you, and how are you going to take it? Okay, and this is for all intimidation of a sales process. This isn't just, you know, the one that I'm talking about right now. This is for everything. So you sit down with a buyer, they start talking trash on your presentation, they start talking trash on something you brought with you. You know, they're becoming skeptical because in their mind, the other thing that it does is it protects them. Because if they start inoculating themselves and making themselves so they don't have to make a decision, they can stick with the status quo and they don't have to make a decision. So they're looking for all the reasons why you're wrong. They're looking for all the reasons why your product isn't going to work for them so that they don't have to do anything. Yes, it makes absolutely no sense. They call you up and they're like, hey, sales guy, I want to talk to you about your widget, your gizmo, your product, your service, whatever you can do for me. And you go out there and you're like, I'm here to help you. I'm here to do what I can. And then like they start throwing weird stuff at you. It's done to protect them. It's done to protect them. Almost every type of information that I can give you when it comes to a way that a buyer is going to try to intimidate you, this is what it comes down to. So if they start talking trash on your product, your service, your presentation, the bag that you carry, you're just going to come back with like, you know, something like, yeah, absolutely, I'm a professional. Now I remember going to a home quite a few years back, and it was a contractor, and I was doing home sales. And this guy thought that he was just going to slam me right from the very beginning. He thought that he was going to say something, he was going to get me. And I had this bag. It was a nice bag. I paid like $200 for it. A nice bag, had my laser tape measure, had my tape measure, a whole bunch of extra pens, some Post-it notes, you know, the presentation, some extra paper, just anything that you can imagine for the sales. And I bring it in, and the guy looks at it and he's like, oh, wow, is that the perfect sales presentation? I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely, because I'm a professional. And guess what? You're going to get a system from me today. Right? The whole thing is you got to know that this intimidation, like I've mentioned before, is meant to throw you off your game. I can't express this enough. I can't tell you enough. It's meant to throw you off your game. It's meant to hurt you. So what you need to do now is prepare for what somebody's going to say when they talk trash on your product, your service, your widget, your gizmo, from you walking right into the door. Okay? It's going to happen. Just know for the most part that person's scared, or that's their way of not having to make a decision. There you go. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. That would be fantastic. To the right, to the left, there is a subscribe button. You know what you got to do. You got to subscribe. And then last of all, you can send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Why not even LinkedIn? Scott Sylvan Bell. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.